Hello everyone, it's me Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a certified birth and postpartum doula, so that means that I support women and their families on their journey from conception to postpartum. If you have not had a chance yet, please check out my website at www.nurturebytiff.com, where you can check out my doula services, my childbirth education courses, and you can check out my blogs. So I just want to jump on here real quick and talk about birth control and mental health. So let me put this disclaimer out there and say, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I'm not a mental health specialist, expert, whatever you will classify that as. Do not have a degree in any of those things. However, I am a certified birth and postpartum doula. I do specialize in postpartum, everything postpartum. I've been in healthcare for 20 years. I do have a master's degree. I think I qualified to kind of know a little bit about a little bit, or a lot about a little bit. So I jumped on here to talk about birth control and depression, or birth control and anxiety, birth control and mental health. Can birth control lead to depression and anxiety? Yes. So there are hormonal birth control pills, IUD, NuvaRing, Nexplanon, patch. I don't really think anybody uses the patch too much anymore. Don't really know too many people that are using Depo-Provera anymore still. Not to say that people aren't using either one of those, but they're not as common as the ones that I named earlier. Do these hormonal birth control lead to changes in mood and mental wellness or mental well-being? Indeed they do. Like a lot of things that are quote unquote synthetic, or they use like estrogen, progesterone, things like that. If you are someone who already has history of depression and anxiety, taking something like this can increase your risk of developing it again, or what do you want to call it, resurfacing. And it's crazy to me because now I'm not down in birth control. I, as someone who have taken birth control and all that stuff or whatever, and it's helped me to avoid pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am guilty. However, as someone who has taken birth control and have had to deal with the side effects of birth control, I do know how it can affect you. I do have clients that have also had to, take birth control, or decided to take birth control after they've given birth to their babies, and they have severe anxiety, severe depression, severe, mood disorders. And quite honestly, I don't feel like this is a conversation that providers are having with their patients. Like when you go in, it is like, oh, I want to take a birth control. I don't want to have a baby. Here, take this. It's very rare that your provider is going to sit down with you and say, okay, listen, I'm going to prescribe this for you, but there is an increased risk of blood clots. There is an increased risk of, you becoming depressed or you becoming anxious. They don't tell you the things to kind of look for, when you're taking these birth control and what it can cause. Again, I'm not down in birth control. You got to do what you have to do, but I also feel like there should be a balance. I feel like if they're going to tell you or put it out here on the market for you to take, they should also let you know the risk associated with it. So I said this to say that after you have your baby, and y'all probably hear train in the background, but anywho, after you deliver your baby, right? Or after you give birth to your baby, you are already going through so many different changes. Your hormones are trying to go back to normal at such a rapid amount of speed. So when you think about it, when you got pregnant, right? It took 9 months for the hormone levels in your body to change to be able to support the growth of your baby and to be able to support the changes that your body is going through. But right after you have your child, your hormone levels coming back down really quickly, really rapidly, and that can lead to postpartum depression. That can lead to the baby blues, and you're feeling a little down. Now you imagine adding birth control to this, you know what I'm saying? That can increase the risk and make it even worse. So there are certain birth control pills or methods that are out there that can help decrease the likelihood that you will have depression, anxiety, and things like that. But oftentimes it's a trial and error type thing. And I'm gonna give you a story time. So after I had my 7-year-old, I exclusively was breastfeeding, and I decided to do, I think it was the mini pill, and because it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't mess with my milk supply, and it wouldn't affect her while I was feeding her. So I went in and got the birth control, and, you know, over time, I just noticed that I was not myself. I noticed that I was having like crying fits. I was really, really sad. I was angry. I was irritable. And you add on top of that, that you're already not sleeping. You got sleep deprivation. You know, it just really can affect so many different things. And it got to the point where I literally thought that I was going crazy. So much so that I had to take an extended leave off of work, and I had to go to an outpatient facility for 6 weeks because I was so severely depressed. Did not know, I didn't put the correlation to put two and two together that it was the birth control that I was taking. Okay. So anyway, went to the outpatient program, completed the program. I still just kind of felt like, I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna eat, like I'm tripping, I'm losing it. Something told me to do some research, you know, some more research and on the birth control pill that I was taking. And I was able to find out that yes, there is a link between the pill that I was taking and depression. And so I stopped taking the medication, and I want to say within a few weeks, I kind of started to feel myself again, like better. I'm not going to say that I was 100% because I'm still dealing with the, you know, the things that come along with being a new mom again. But you just have to be careful with the methods that you decide to partake in after you have your baby. And again, I'm gonna say this again, I'm not saying that, you know, all birth control is bad for you. Every birth control method works different for different people, but I just feel like you should be informed of what to expect, the possibilities, other options. You know, you, like I said, you have the IUD, you have the you know, the Nexplanon, the you know, the pill, of course, and the NuvaRing, things like that. You have a lot of different options, but also there's also the option to learn to get in tune with your body and learn when you ovulate so that you won't, you know, get pregnant. You know, there's the rhythm method, and, you know, that goes along with family planning. Again, a lot of people don't educate you on that method in learning about your ovulation and your cycle and how it works, so you can avoid that time frame of getting pregnant. You know, there's ways of doing that, and there's also plan B. You know, I know a lot of people they feel how they feel. We got a lot of people going and telling you what you can do, shouldn't do, whatever. At the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and just talk about that really quickly about, you know, mood and birth control and how it can affect you. I just feel like people should know, you know, they should know that it's important. You know, you're already going through enough changes, you know, after you have your baby. And so you need to be aware of potential other changes, especially when you're introducing a medication into your body with everything else that's going on in your life. So thank you so much for watching. As always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.